Okay, good morning everyone. So, I think this will be the last class for your this year portion. Okay, and in previous class we have learnt about the force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field and about the Fleming's left hand rule, right? Yeah. So, and even electric motor and electromagnetic induction, right? Yeah. So I think that I have convinced you guys about those concepts. Okay. Today's will be Fleming's right hand rule. What is today's topic is here now? Fleming's right hand rule. Fleming's right hand rule. Okay. So you might ask me, ma'am, what will be the difference between left hand and right hand here? Okay. What will be the difference between left hand and right hand? We all know that one. If you are doing, if you are going to find something means, if you intend to find something means, you can find only one, no? So in Fleming's left hand rule, what will be that? What you are going to find there? What is our intention? What is our objective to find there? Yes, you might get a questions like in a Fleming's left hand rule. Don't get confused, guys. Right, left, and all. Okay. For that only, I had given some very easy way to remember things like father. Do you remember this? Father, mother, right, and child. Father means what here? F. F means what here? Force. Mother means M. M is here magnetic field. C is a what here? Current. That is child. If we take it as a C, right? So the same way, what will be the difference here and Fleming's right hand and Fleming's left hand rule here? Okay. So only one difference. Don't get confused. Only one difference. Okay. Maxwell's thumb rule. See, you will get I think three rules here. Okay. In Maxwell's thumb's rule, what we learned here? This is how you need to hold your hand. Okay. So, what is the direction of this thumb here? This is the direction of a current. Okay. What is the direction of this fingers here which are coming inwards to your hand? That is the direction of a magnetic field lines. Isn't it? So, next comes here Fleming's left hand rule. You got to know that one. What will be the direction of a current and what will be the magnetic field? Then you need to find current. Then you need to find this one. What is that? Force, magnetic field, and the current. Force and force. No, isn't it? You got to know that one. Field line direction and current direction. Next, where will be the force then? So for that, one more rule is there. That is Fleming's left hand rule. Okay. In Fleming's left hand rule, this thumb shows the direction of a force. This thumb shows the direction of a force and this finger shows the direction of a magnetic field and our middle finger shows the direction of a current here. Okay. Father, mother, child. Father, F, force, mother, magnetic field, M, current, child. Okay, this is how you can keep it in your mind. So you can remember very easily without getting any confusion. Okay, so now here Fleming's left hand rule. What will be the right hand rule? What is the difference here? Here also same thing only, guys. For the mother, only now what you guys are doing here, you are just going to find out the induced current. You are just going to find out the induced current. These two are same only. Here you need to just put I. In a child, you just need to put an I, that is induced current. That's it. Remaining everything is same only. Okay. This is the Fleming's left hand rule. You all know that one. These how you have to arrange your fingers here. They will be like a perpendicular to each other. Okay. These two are perpendicular to each other, isn't it? So this is the direction of a force here, isn't it? So this is the direction of a magnetic field line and this is the direction of a induced current. That's it. This is the direction of a here induced current. This is the Fleming's right hand rule. Okay. This is our Fleming right hand rule. This is Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, here our objective is finding the force. Here our objective is finding the induced current. That's it. Okay, understood? Yeah. So next comes here about the electric generator. What is here next here? Electric generator. Okay. Used in a conductor. Yeah. Electric generator. Here, I don't think so, guys. I mean, this year you are not going to get to draw the diagram, write the, procedure, how it working procedure and all. I think, right? So you might get a principle, you might get how it works, and what are the important things are going to happen, going to take place in that, generator or electric, whatever your machine it is. So that you have to keep it in your mind. Okay. So here, electric generator. Okay. Electric generator, when we use this one, tell me, when we use the electric generator. Last class, as I told you, if there is no power, then you are going to convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. When there is no power at home, which is coming from the government, there is no power means what we guys need to do here, we are having some generator at house. If you are not at house means you might can see that one in a schools, offices, malls, theaters, isn't it? So they were having some generator here. Okay, so what that generator does here, what is the function of that one? When there is no power in office or any office, schools surrounding there means what using the generator you are getting the electricity. It means here you are going to convert in a DC motor, we converted mechanical energy into electrical energy. Here you are converting the energy from mechanical to electrical. Clear? And this is a called here electric generator. It works on a principle of EMI. It works on a principle of EMI, electromagnetic induction. How the generator works here? It works on a principle of EMI. You might get a question, how the generator works. What is the what based on principle it works? That is EMI, electromagnetic induction. Clear? So principle I have written on the board here. What is the principle here? Electric generator works on a principle of electromagnetic induction. Okay, this is the first line. Electric generator works on a principle of electromagnetic induction. Okay, that is when you have two coils. That is when you have two coils. Here you are having two coils. Let me draw the diagram later. Whenever there is change in a magnetic field, whenever there is change in a magnetic field with respect to a conductor, a current induced. Whenever there is change in a magnetic field with respect to a conductor, here the current induced. This is the principle of a electric generator. So as we all know that one, it might not be there in the exam to draw the diagram and all, but you have to understand the concept. If you understand, if you have a knowledge about it, whatever the question they might arise in this, you can able to answer them, right? So what I'm doing here, I'm just going to draw the diagram. Okay, so what is the diagram here? It contains, how you drawn this, what is that guys? DC motor, right? Have you drawn the electric motor? No, DC motor, direct current, same it is like that also, but there you have only one coil and split rings. There what you had? Split rings. Here you are having the complete rings, spring rings. Yeah, here you are having the complete rings. Okay, not split rings. Clear my point? Okay, only the difference is there in the DC motor, direct current motor, you are having only split rings. Okay, they both are splitted. Here you are having two rings, that is not split rings, they are spring rings. Yes? Yeah. So here again you need to draw a two rectangle. As we know that one, we are going to name them north and south poles. It contains rotating rectangular coil. Next here it contains rotating rectangular coil. This is the rotating rectangular coil. Last class I have explained you what are the rotors here and what are the how many parts are in this will rotate and everything, right? So that you have to keep it in your mind, guys. I written it on the board so that you can take a screenshot there. So it contains the rotating rectangular coil that is A, B, C, D, okay, placed with between two magnets. This rotating rectangular coil, it is placed in between two magnetic coils here, okay. So what is this? Magnetic coil, right? Yeah. Next, two ends of this coil attached to the two rings. Two ends of this coil is going to attach to the rings here. Going to attach to the two rings. Okay, that is denoted R1 and R2. I am taken it as a R1 and R2. By seeing the diagram in your textbook, don't get confused. Okay, they have kept, we are going to draw in the book or paper like this, but it is kept like this. So it is very easy to you guys to understand. So they have drawn like that. Don't get confused, guys. You can draw like this also. You get a marks. Clear? So R1 and R2, I don't know it will be there, but for your knowledge, I am doing this one. So R1 and R2. Next, there is inner side is insulated. Two conducting brushes. One will be here and another will be here. Two conducting brushes, carbon brushes, as we are having in a DC motor also. So from there, you just need to draw one circle which contains a galvanometer, right? Yeah, this is. So these are these two are the here split rings. Okay, two conducting brushes B1 and B2. I'm going to give this name B1 and B2. B1 and B2 kept separately, and the outer ring of these brushes connected to galvanometer to show the current here. Connected to galvanometer to show the current. Okay. So, and this is initially attached to the axle. And this is initially attached to some axle. This is only going to rotate here, no? Yeah, this is the galvanometer. You can draw like this diagram also. This is just a rough diagram so that you can understand this, how it works. Okay, we all know that one. When you are doing any electric electric circuit diagrams, whatever you are finding the current or voltmeter, and what you need to do here, you have to have a complete circuit diagram there. You must have a complete circuit diagram, isn't it? So here in a textbook you can see here, this is a B1, B2, how the current is flowing in this. The current is flowing in this direction. Okay, so this current is going to, here we can say that one, the direction of a current is from A to B, and the direction of a current is from here C to D. Yes or no? The direction of a current is here from A to B, and the direction of a current is from C to D there. Clear? So next what here? Magnetic field, what are the magnetic fields here? And yes, what is the direction of magnetic field lines here? This is how. Yes or no? North to south, no, there are magnetic field lines goes from, it shows that it is coming from the north to south pole, right? Yeah. So here, next current. The current is, how the current is flowing here? From A to B and C to D here. Okay. From A to B and C to D. Okay. So next, what happens here next? The current is flowing in this direction. It goes to the brush and it is going to the, this split ring, this ring, and it going to the, through the wire A to B, okay, and C to D, and again it is coming back to the R2 here. It is connected to B2, that is carbon brush here, and it is going to end when it comes back to this galvanometer. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, this is how here it works. Yeah. Yeah, this is about the electric generator. What if any questions arises from this for objective questions, let me see once children, and I'm going to give you that all the objective type questions, whatever expecting questions are there from this chapter. I'm just going to note them and I'm going to send you as a PDF. Clear? Don't worry about that. Okay. Yeah. Next comes here domestic electric circuit. Before I go for this one, we all are very familiar with this, guys, domestic electric circuits. Okay, nothing to worry about this. Or just let me explain you might get again same thing, that is questions, objective questions. Okay, let me read this first para. Okay, everything it is there in this only. So in our homes, we receive supply of electric power through main supply, also called a mains. Either supported through a overhead electric poles or by underground cables. Either supported through a overhead electric poles or by underground cables. Okay. One of the wires in this supply, usually with red insulation over cover, is called a live wire. Another wire with a black insulation is called a neutral wire or a negative wire. In our country, the potential difference between the two is 220 volt. Okay, only what is there in this para, that is only I am going to explain you clearly. See, next. See, at a home, we see what is the domestic electric circuit means. What we are using current at a home, no? Yes. So in a home, we use current. Okay. So we all have some mains there at a home. Okay. Switch off the main, switch on the main. We used to listen that one. Okay. So here, think that one wire is coming out into your home. One wire is coming out to your home. Okay. So this one wire is coming out to your home and another wire is going from your home to outside. Another wire is going from your home to outside. You have the diagram in your textbook, guys. Okay. So here, what is the main thing I am going to explain is now here. That is how the current is placed in a home with very secure way. Okay. We're not going to get any shock or something without, unknowingly something, sometime it might happen, but not all the time, right? So here you are having the two wires. Here you are having the two wires. Think that one wire is going out from your house, another wire is coming out to your home then. Okay. So this wire, you can say it as a, live wire. What is this? This is a live wire. Okay. And this one is a neutral wire. This one is a neutral wire. See, whenever, if any current is placed between, placed means there should be a complete circuit, no? Think that here you are having some battery or some galvanometer, whenever here you are having a bulb. What you are having? Here you are having a bulb. So what you guys are doing here, from the battery, from the galvanometer, you have taken one wire and you are connected to the wire. Is it possible to current glow there? Is it possible to bulb glow there? We learned this in electricity, isn't it? If you want to blow a bulb there, then you need to have a complete circuit diagram there. Isn't it? So what you need to do, you want a current, no, that the current is coming from here to here, so it must glow, no, it won't do like that. So what you need to complete here, when another wire it comes from here to this point, then only this bulb will start to glow when you switch on this, when you on the key here, right? Have you understood that circuit? Means here you must have a complete circuit without any condition, then only it works. Clear? So here what happens, the same way, if the wire which is coming out from your house now, that is live wire here, which is going from out to your, that is neutral wire here. Okay, why it is called live wire here? Because it is having the current in it. Because it is having a current unless they off the main switch outside your house. It's still unless they off the main switch, till now you are having the current in it. But what about the neutral wire here? Why you call neutral wire here? In the neutral wire, only that wire has a current when you switch on any current in your house. When you switch on any buttons to allow the current, then only this wire is having a current. Clear? So next is here. This is about the wires, how it does. Okay, next point is here. What is the color of this one? Actually, in your textbook, it is written red, and this one is here, and this one is here. Neutral, it is a black. Neutral, what is this color? Black. Okay, but now the color has changed here. Okay, this red color here became the, I think, light brown, new color. Yeah, this is became brown. What is this? This is this color, this wire color is became brown here, and this neutral color became blue. This neutral color is became blue here. I'm not wrong. Neutral wire is black. Yeah, neutral wire is here black. Okay, so these two are here new colors, but in your NCERT textbook they have not mentioned here. Okay, if you get any questions, you just check the options whether they are having the red or brown or black or blue. If they give options this, you have to tick them. Don't get confused. If they are given options this you can type these answers. Clear? This is about the wire of the current. I mean color of the wires here. Okay, next comes here earthing. You all heard this word, earthing. Okay, what is earthing here? Why you want earthing here? For example, if you have a what is that, oven at home means, okay, you can see that one, 3 wires are coming out from the oven there. Okay, that is wrapped between some rubber there. Okay, so when technology improves, they started to wrap them together. So we are having 3 wires in it. One is current is coming from the main switch, and another one going out from there, and one more will be there. That is another wire, that is earthing wire. Why you have to take that one? Because of if you have any short circuit, if you have any major problem in between them, so that will reduce that one. Okay, what happens here in take an example oven. At an oven, you are having some copper conductor in them. Okay, so what happens when when there is a more current, there is some issues with the appliances or something means that will start to store the current in them. That will start to store the current in it. After some time, that current is going to come out through this earthing wire, which is going to connect the earth there. We all know that one. If current is there under the earth means we won't get any shock there. Clear? We won't get any shock. So earthing is done because leaking current will not harm any of us. The earthing is because of the leaking current should not harm us. Okay. So they might ask you how it works here. So how it is here? Every single device, if there is a leakage of a current, okay, all the leak current will accumulate at that particular device. Accumulate at that particular device from the metallic surface, from the help of the earth wire, transfer into the metallic plate provided under the ground. Okay, provided under the ground. This I am going to give you in a PDF also. Okay, so after this, first one about the wires. Okay, 2 wires is going to connect, one it is coming and another one is going. Okay, so color of that colors, and next is earthing. So this is about the wires. Next, what happens here? We are having so many appliances at home, like a fridge, TV, fan. Okay, we use what is this? Washing machine, geyser, and all. Okay, so all they are having a different capacity of a current. All they need different capacity of a current. They don't need high, and some of they don't need high. Some of the appliances they don't need a low current. Isn't it? For that, taking that point in the mind, we all are having 2 switches at our home. We all are having two switches at home. One will be like a 5 volt, another will be under, around like a 15 volt. Okay. Whichever the appliances need more voltage, for them you need to they will be connected through that to going to keep them like a fridge, washing machine, right? So they need around 15 volt current there. Okay, but our bulb and fan, they don't need. For them, they will having a different switch. It means here we are going to divide them by using the switches, how much they need a current, how much they need to supply the current for a different appliances there. Okay, so here mains have a two circuit, that is 5 ampere for a lower power consumption of devices, 15 ampere for a high power consumption devices. Okay, for example, for a 5 ampere for a low power consumption are here like an electric bulb, okay, fan. These are the low consumption powers electric things, devices. So 15 ampere for a high power consumption devices means here that is fridge, washing machine and all. Okay, this is about the switches. You can check it at home. You will, all guys are having a two boards. Okay, next comes here last point in this electric domestic electric circuit, that is overload and a short circuit. Overload and short circuits. We all know this one. See, what we guys are nowadays doing, we all are having we are using a phone, we are using a laptop, we are using a TV, fan, everything, right? So minimum, at least these 4 connections we are going to give at a one point. Okay, minimum. See, fridge, washing machine, they will be in there some places, different places. But all the, commonly you can see these 4, like a phone, okay, and TV switch and a fan and something if you are going to use that one, using that one. Okay, so at least 4 or 5 things you are going to connect in a single point. What happens there? At that time, that point is going to introduce the more current. That point is going to drag the more current. So that is called here. That is called here what here? What do you call for that one? That is overloading. That is overloading, right? So here through one point you are taking so much current. Through one point you are taking so much current. That is excessive flow of a current due to overuse of appliances. Excessive current you are taking. That is a common sense. We all guys know that one. That is the overloading. Clear? So next is here. We have explained that one in while doing the electricity. See, when the current is going to get distributed in a different, current is going to distributed when you are using the, whether it is a series or a connecting them in a resistor or connecting them in a series or a parallel. Okay, that thought you have to keep it in your mind while reading this overloading. Okay, next is short circuit. When it is happen short circuit here, flow of a high current in the circuit when leave and neutral wires come in direct contact. Flow of a high current. These two when these two get these two comes under a common connect. These two come under a common connect, then it is happens a short circuit. Wires come in a direct contact, which is coming inside the house, which is going outside the house. They both get attacked each other. When they get contact each other, at that time what happens here? Short circuit happens. Understood, guys? This is about the things which is need to study in the domestic current. Okay. Domestic electric circuits. So what we learned here? What you learned from this topic here? So you will be having 2 wires, show that you can complete one circuit diagram, have to pass the current here. Okay, one it is going out from the house, another is coming out from outside to your house. Okay, which is going out from your house, that is color of this wire is that is called here live wire, and another live wire, and another one is the neutral wire. The color of this one red and this one a black before. Now it is changed, that is brown and blue here. Okay, and you must have a complete circuit there. Clear? The second point is what here? Second point is here about the earthing. Earthing helps us to not to harm with any current there. Okay. The third point what here? You are having 2 main circuits in the 2 main points in the tower home, so that it shows that different current passing in it. If 5 ampere means that you can take that you can consume the current for a lower consumption of appliances like a light and fan. If it is a more than 10 or 15 ampere, that you can take it as for a current as for a refrigerator and a washing machine like that, isn't it? So after this last point, it comes here like a what is that? Overloading and a short circuit. Overloading means from one point you are taking more, you are grabbing more power. That is the overloading. Okay, short circuit means when the live wire and neutral wire come contact each other, at that time short circuit happens. This is about the domestic electric current. Clear, guys? I hope all the points it is clear. First one is Fleming's right hand rule. Okay, the same it is how you learned in the left hand rule only. Here you are just doing the thing, we are just inducing the current. Instead of taking only current, you are just taking a induced current. Same it is, you have to take them as a perpendicular direction only. Okay, here it is just a induced current. The remaining is magnetic field line and it is a force again. Clear? In here, in the Fleming's left hand rule, our intention, our objective is to find the force direction. Here you are finding the induced current direction. Clear? After this comes the electric generator, that working principle, this does the work on the principle of a EMI, that is electromagnetic induction. Clear? And after that, domestic electric circuit. Clear? I hope I have convinced all this concept. Okay. So here, this completes your portion, guys. This completes your portion. Today or by tomorrow, without fail, I'm going to send you all the PDF. Okay, all the exercise, question, answer, and everything. Here also you are having a objective questions. Make sure that you are going to through them very clearly. Okay, and I will try to find out some objective questions from this chapter. I thought of explaining the class, but it is not. But I don't think that I want to help you. If I'm given a PDF, whenever before the exam, you can read once and you can go. Okay, what you need to do, guys, here. Okay, yeah, this is what I wanted to tell you. This completes your this year physics portion. Okay, so let us come to our exam exam pattern and portion. We all know that one. This year we are going to write only 40 marks for a science, right? So in 40 marks you are having only 13 to 14 marks from physics. You are having portions only 13 to 14 from physics. All the objective questions you are getting there. Okay, you already got to know the date of the examination, right? So together you are writing three subjects. I think one is a maths, another is a social science, and another is a social studies, isn't it? So you are having a 13 to 14 marks from the physics. Whatever the electricity points I had given in the class, no guys, you just go through all the points without fail. Remind them everything and try to understand all the concepts. Okay, that electricity might notes might help you to find out the correct answer. I hope for that. Understood? And next comes the remaining, whatever the points I wanted to give you in the class, as much as not possible, what I need to, whenever you are physically in the class, that is not possible to do the same thing while you're doing this one. So yeah, we know that all. So what you need to do here, go through the concept line by line, wherever the important points are, no, just you underline them and try to remind them, try to understand the concept. Knowledge, have a knowledge, don't buy anything. Have knowledge, how much you know, go and write them. And at this hot period, you don't need to study further things which you don't know about anything. Okay, what you need to do here, you just have to do revision. Once you complete revision, then you can go for, if you don't know anything means. You just need to revise them, you write them, you practice them. Okay, till now, if you are not studying, still have a time to read, so that you can get out of, at least take a passing marks or you can score also. Yeah, we all are very, you guys are very intelligent. As I know that one, you can do it. Okay, this time I think we won't get a not so much tough question paper, but make sure that you are having knowledge. They are going to check your knowledge, how much you have. See, writing the answer is different. Taking the answer is very different. You feel that one, taking the answer is easy. No, guys, that is not at all easy if you are not understood complete lesson, or if you not understood complete topic, or whatever the concept is there. Writing is very easy. You can write one line up, one line down. That might, that might give you some accurate answer. But here you have to appropriately, definitely should know the answer there. Then only you can write that. Otherwise you cannot write. So here, don't go overconfident. While writing the exam, guys, you don't go overconfident. Be confident, don't have overconfidence. Okay, overconfidence is going to make you do mistakes in it. Don't go overconfidence. Okay, pray for a God, take a blessing from your parents, read well. Okay, and go confidently, write down and come. Take it very easy. Understood? Okay, by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you are going to get all the PDFs. Points whichever there in questions in between the lesson, and after the lesson, I'm going to give you. Understood? Yeah, this is what I wanted to tell you. And all of you, best of luck. Listen to your parents and take care of your health. Right? Okay? Yeah.